Hi, and welcome to Christmas Characters. Today, we're going to talk about Jesus' family of origin. This is found in Matthew chapter 1, before the story of Christmas, who's found at the end of chapter 1. We have the first part of chapter 1 is the genealogies. And some of us, during this Christmas season, we experience these two uh, emotions that are our intention. On one hand, this season brings out goodwill, a lot of family interaction. On the other hand, if you have or you come from a dysfunctional family, this accentuates the dysfunction because people tend to drink more, people tend to fight more, people stress level is higher because of all the stuff that's happening, not including the pandemic, but increasingly so as a result of the pandemic. So what message of hope is there for your family? I don't know what kind of family you had, but everybody has some dysfunction in their family of origin. Everybody has had some dysfunction, some of the things that you thought were normal when you were experiencing it, and now you found out that's not the case. A lot of people talk about church hurt now, but there's no hurt like family hurt. Somebody that stole your innocence, somebody that I call them the 3 A's of dysfunction, which is addiction, abandonment, and abuse. And some of you have experienced that. So what is there? What hope is there for you based on Matthew chapter 1? Here's 3 things. Matthew chapter 1 teaches me that Jesus came, and they will call him Jesus, and he will save his people from their sins. Right? So this is what Jesus does. Number 1, he tells us that we're not defined by our past. Some of you are carrying, and listen to me very carefully, some of you are carrying and basing your identity on your worst mistake. You have defined your life on your worst moment. Everything that you do, every interaction you have, every job you apply for, every person you try to go out with, every relationship you develop is defined by your worst moment. And when Jesus comes, here in Matthew chapter 1, that's all these dysfunctional people. I don't know if you ever seen so many dysfunctional people in one place. You have Jacob, who was a liar. You have David, who was an adulterer. You have Rahab, who was a prostitute. You have Ruth, who was an immigrant. Neither that's dysfunctional, but it's a difficult life. You have this whole history, Manasseh, who is a bloodthirsty king. You have all these people who were less than perfect. So what's a message for us? You are not defined by your past. Number 2, you are not defined by your worst moment. You are not defined by your past. God does not use materials from your past to build your future. You're not defined by your worst moment. Keep saying that to yourself until the truth becomes real. You might do it unconsciously, but you always filter relationship based on what somebody did to you. That the worst moment of your life was some of you a divorce. You define every relationship by that relationship. Some of you have been abused. You've experienced sexual abuse when you were a child. Somebody stole your innocence. Somebody that you trusted who should have been loving towards you did the exact opposite. So you filter every single relationship that you have now based on that fact. Your worst moment. You're not defined by your past. You're not defined by your worst moment. And number 3, you're not defined by your hurt. And then let me be careful here because I want to make sure that you understand me. I'm praying that you understand me. We have to hold these 2 things in tension. Number 1, we have to accept and process the fact that things did happen to us. On the other hand, we have to understand that we can rise above those things. We're never going to forget them, but they're not always going to define us. And I fear sometimes that we use a specific event that happened in our life. We had a hurt that happened in our marriage. We had a hurt that happened in our childhood. We had a mistake that we made, and we think, yeah, that's who I'm going to be for the rest of my life. I'm broken. I'm less than perfect. I am used goods. I'm not worth that much, and you carry this around with you. And I'm saying, because of Matthew chapter 1, and because of Jesus' sacrifice, and because of Jesus' birth, we can have a new identity, and we can rise, learning from what happened. We can rise to a new identity in Him, and you can rise beyond and above whatever it is that has happened to you. All right. So I want to pray for your family. If you have prayer requests, just leave it in the comment section. I go throughout this day until 8 o'clock tonight, sometimes later, and I pray for every single one of them. So if you're watching this right now and you have a specific prayer request, put it in the comment section. And if you are watching this on social media later on, or on YouTube later on, put your prayer requests. I pray for every single one. I want God to bless you this Christmas. I know we're coming into a season. Some of you are not really looking forward to getting together with your family. I know how you feel. All right. I get that. I want to pray for you. I want to pray for your family. I want to pray for the next couple of days. May God bless you. And remember, you are not defined by your worst moment. God does not use materials from your past to build your future. And you are not defined by your hurts. And they will call His name Jesus, because He will save His people from their sins. Thank you for watching. If you are just watching this and you're not subscribed to my channel, I will welcome you into our virtual family. We're not that much that dysfunctional here. Thank you very much for considering it. And if you would, share this with somebody who really needs to hear it today. All right. May God bless you. Have a wonderful day.